What would be a Christmas miracle to you? It happened last night. I have son who I have never seen. Not entirely my fault. He is currently in his 20s. I've moved more than 800 miles away from where me and his mother lived. I found him and reached out to him a few months ago, and last night he responded. We both live in the same city. Edit. Wow, thank you for the support. He said he is not ready yet for a face-to-face. I'm hopeful we will get together early in the new year. This is better than I could have hoped for. Most importantly, he wants a relationship, and if you think about how many times we might have seen each, if we lived a few states apart compared to living in the same city, I really can't stop thinking about what a blessing this is. My mum giving up drinking. Dude, I've been here. I was here for the majority of my life. Both my mom and dad. I was born drunk and breastfed drunk. My father smashed in my mum's car windows when she tried to drive away topless and frick-faced with infant me in the front seat. Thank God my half-sister was there and took my toddler brother and me into the bathroom and locked us in there while they fought until they both passed out. I grew up dealing with abuse and instability. All the bullcrap, unaccountable, insufferable, and malicious. It's hard to relate, I think, unless you actually have lived that life. I know it feels hopeless, and maybe you're like me and you hate them more than anything, but also love them with your entire being. It's a dichotomy of existence. You're resentful but forlorn, hopeful yet full of despair, angry but sad, well composed, but on the inside you're a never-ending car crash that nobody gets to see, let alone understand how fricked it is. After my dad drank himself to death, you'd think my mother would have caught a clue. But her drinking continued and worsened for many years yet, 12 to be exact. I'm not writing this to share a sob story, I'm here to give you hope. Believe it or not, after some 40 years of drinking, my mom actually got sober. After everyone else gave up on her, my wife ended up being the one to get her to accept help and get her into rehab. Things aren't perfect. There have been many years and many tears between then and now. She's relapsed a few times, but she's clean for now. And it is so much better. I can't write all this out on my phone much longer, but hang in there. Message me if you need an ear. I honestly hope you are able to find the strength and support to continue on and find some sort of happiness outside of the ugliness that addiction, and especially alcoholism, inflicts on family. Not being sick anymore. I don't know what's wrong with me, and it's taking ages to find out as I'm being bounced from one specialist to another. 2019 has been really hard for me. I had to quit my job due to debilitating daily pain, and it's starting to really get me down. My ex contacting me to admit she made a mistake and wants to work things out. Don't do that to yourself. You are so much better than being someone's second choice after figuring out. Even if you find yourself alone this holiday season, enjoy it and do what you want. Have fun even if it's hard. You are worth it. Last holiday season I spent it crying over a guy who picked another girl. I was miserable Christmas, New Year's. Took me a couple of months into the new year to finally cut ties. This year I'm doing the holiday season with the people who love me the most. My closest friends and family helped me heal. Taking a trip with my BFF for New Year's. This means a lot cause I almost lost her due to said guy. Seeing my godson walking again. He is currently in ICU and cannot breathe on his own, and his movements are severely restricted. If you imagine a polio victim in the 50s with an iron lung, you would not be wrong, except nowadays he gets air through a tube. His diagnosis is somewhat muddled, could either be Guillain-Barré or polio-like. In the latter case it is very likely that not much improvement will be made. He is 2 and the most energetic child I know, and this just tears me apart. My student debt disappearing. I could finally relax as I would have extra money instead of scraping by check to check. I could start thinking about saving for retirement instead of that looking like something I won't be starting in any significant way until I'm 40. I could actually do some of the repairs to my condo that are needed instead of putting them off. Losing the last 40 pounds instantly. I've lost 130 pounds over the past 2 years and I've been struggling to get the last of the weight off of me. I have never been a healthy weight, and I'm starting to get really fatigued from being unable to eat what I want and or exercising every day. I've questioned whether or not it's been worth it, and I really don't know if it has been. I'm scared that I still won't be happy when I'm finally finished, and I don't want to have to work at this or maintain my body for the rest of my life. Wow, you've lost an entire person of weight. Congratulations on all the hard work and misery and dedication and stick to itiveness. That is hard. So freaking brutal. I suspect you will not be 100% happy when you finish, but when you look at pics from 2 years ago, aren't you happy with how far you've come? Aren't you happy you even finally tried? That shit is so hard, and you have done it. It is worth it. Look at how far you've come and appreciate yourself, my friend. Being the only winner of a huge lottery prize, I could pay to get my stepdad the best rest of his life that he deserves, pay off all his debt, spend time with him traveling first class around the world and with mom. I'd do his dialysis, or pay for his nurse to join us, buy him a new house and the old classic cars he's always dreamed of having. That man gave me an amazing life and took care of me and my mom. He didn't deserve the shitty things that happened to him, and he sure as hell doesn't deserve this. I wish I could guarantee that at the very least everything that worries him about leaving behind after he passes would be taken care of so that he can rest in peace. Frick cancer. This will probably get buried, but it would be nice to have something under the tree for me. I love giving during Christmas, as it makes me happy. This year, I helped a dear friend's family have Christmas. I also filled the wishes of 4 kids by selecting them off the angel tree they always have out each year. I'm also putting several gifts under the tree for my daughter. She's 19 and doesn't work right now, so she can't afford to do anything for me. I told her not to worry about, as I will just love watching her open her gifts. I have no so there won't be anything for me. I honestly don't mind, but it would be nice to have something to open. I'm just glad that so many people will have good a Christmas this year. It's the first year that I had saved up enough to grant many wishes. Not being friendless anymore, being healed from my disability or my mental health permanently improving. Also not having Trump or the governor, which is the other political party than 95% of my family, and I'm sure they all hate them, be mentioned. To actually do something with the rest of my life. I'm turning 40 next month and I just see my life going downhill as every year passes. I keep trying to kick my habit, but one thing or another always leads me to using again. I've tried kicking the habit at least 3 or 4 times this year alone. Doesn't help that all my family and friends are users too. They just say, have a little, it won't kill you. Only they don't know how bad it is for me, and the spiral it sends me down every time I give in to their demands and social pressure. I can usually stay clean about a month if I avoid most get-togethers, but I can't stay away forever. I know eventually it's gonna catch up to and kill me. I feel bad for my BF. I don't want to leave him all alone in this world. It runs in my family though. Both my parents and their parents suffered from it. I just wish I could kick my carb/sugar habit. I feel selfish for this, but I've been suffering with some eating problems since April, so my Christmas miracle would be for them to be cured as soon as possible, so I can enjoy my life again and so my family and friends aren't stressed out. I want to be able to spend time with my older family members and enjoy it, and not have the eating problems overshadow my life anymore, or be part of my life at all. My ex getting back together with me. It's been 8 months. I still love her so much. She meant the world to me, and was my first girlfriend. Ended after 3.5 years. We were in a RLDR which contributed to a lot of stress. I have a job now making decent money, where working remotely is an option, so I know things would be different if we could have another chance. I just hope whoever she's with/ends up with treats her right. I know I'll be okay financially in the future. I'm not sure about her, which scares me. She was an amazing girl who genuinely cares about everyone, and made me a more accepting person, and made me love animals a whole lot more than I used to. They say you start to pick up a lot of your so's traits when you're dating them. I believe that's 100% true. When I look at some of the things I do now, it reminds me a lot of her. My family dog was attacked by my mom's dog Sunday. She's in critical condition, not doing well. Parents have already spent $10,000 to try and save her, and the vet is pretty much telling us that she isn't getting better. She isn't getting worse either though. I love this little crazy dog so much, but she's in excruciating pain. When is enough enough? Also the money is crippling my parents. I don't know how to feel. Of course I want her to be okay, but I think the reality is it might be time to let go. What a Christmas.